Welcome to the June 24th, 2019 meeting of the Delaware County Board of Commissioners. Would you please join me in the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm Commissioner Barb Lewis, President. To my left is Vice President Jeff Benton and fellow Commissioner Gary Merrill, our Assistant Administrator Dawn Houston, and our Clerk Jennifer Walworth. And we can begin.
Resolution number 19-602, in the matter of approving the electronic record of proceedings from regular meeting held June 20th, 2019.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 19-602. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
We do not have any public comment today, so that brings us to item number 3, resolution number 19-603, in the matter of approving purchase orders and announced certificates and payments of warrants in batch number CM APR 0621.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 19-603. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 19-604, in the matter of approving travel expense requests.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 19-604. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 19-605, in the matter of acknowledging receipt of annexation petition from agent for the petitioner, Molly Grin, requesting annexation petition of .912 acres of land in Concord Township to the village of Shawnee Hills.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 19-605. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 19-606, in the matter of approving a service agreement between the Delaware County Board of Commissioners and Indoff Incorporated.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote.
Oops, we got a discusser here.
Sorry. Hello, good morning.
Good. Chris Shaw, Records Coordinator for the Delaware County Records Center. The agreement before you is to purchase a gym track system to help expand the front vault of the Records Center, which is where all the microfilm and microfiche are stored.
Okay.
So I assume it must be getting full, or you need more space?
Yes, we will be at, we will no longer have any space by the end of the year at the current rate of production.
Okay, vote.
Vote on motion 19-606. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Resolution number 19-607, in the matter of authorizing the Director of Job and Family Services to exercise options to extend certain contracts and to execute all necessary documents in furtherance thereof.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion,
Good morning, Commissioners. Bob Anderson with Job and Family Services. Have a resolution asking for authority to execute the languages in our contracts. We are also looking at changing the language in our contracts moving forward. Technically, the contracts are one-year contracts, and they allow us to renew on an annual basis, probably anywhere from 2 to 5 years. And I don't think looking at those as an amendment. In the past, we've added the contracts together over the period of time, which has shown a contract in a amount that's just been compounded over those times. So what I'm asking is that we can execute and extend those contracts on an annual basis, no change in terms, no change in the amount. And then I would have the authority to sign off on those. Anytime that terms or amount changes, that would generate an amendment that would come before the board.
makes sense.
Yeah, I think it does make sense. Administratively, it's a
Yes.
hassle.
Yeah, administratively, that'll be ease on our behalf, and really everyone's, because right now we're running it through the prosecutor, the auditor, and then in front of the commissioners. We will still receive the certificate from the auditor to encumber the funds. Then all other terms will stay the same.
Okay, vote.
Vote on motion 19-607. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
At the request of Chief Deputy Rob Riley at the Engineer's Office, items number 8 through 13 are being moved to next Monday. So that brings us to item number 14 on page 443.
Thank you.
Resolution number 19-608, in the matter of ranking proposals received for third-party administrators for Delaware County workers' compensation.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion?
Good morning, Commissioners. I wanted to just briefly mention, we put out an RFP for our TPA services for workers' compensation back in April, and we received a total of 4 bids from companies that were interested in working with Delaware County. And there was a committee comprised of Brad Ewens, who I have here with me today, Brad Lutz, Cy Keeley, and myself. We met and reviewed the bids and ranked them, as you see here in the resolution. So Sedgwick came in as the lowest and best bidder, and with approval of this resolution, what we would like to do is enter into contract discussions with them and ultimately bring a contract back to you all for consideration within the next month or two.
Is this our current bid?
Yes, it is.
Thought
It
it was.
is. If you have any additional questions, I'd be happy to answer them for you.
Okay. Vote?
Vote on motion 19-608, Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Ben?
Aye.
Brings us to administrator reports.
And I have nothing to report.
I believe it's Commissioner Ben.
All right. Commissioner Merrill can't steal my material.
So you just throw my list away, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you
Well, actually, Commissioner Merrill and I were at the legislative update, as was Bob Anderson, on Friday, and Rick Carfagna was there, and there's a lot going on, as I'm sure everybody would expect this time of year with the budget almost done. Budget has to be put to bed by June 30th, which is basically this Friday. A lot going on. There's some disagreements in the budget on, the business income deduction and some other things, and there's a conference committee set up to iron out those differences. The indigent defense is funded in both of them, both the House and the Senate, so that's good. That was the CCAO's legislative priority, and both the House and Senate have agreed to fully fund that. I want to thank Rick and Andy and the governor and everybody else who worked on that, to make that happen, because it is, I think, the proper resolution of that work that needs to be done. The internet sales tax, interestingly, is in this version of the budget.
Oh, really?
And doesn't have any opposition, apparently. So what they're proposing basically is similar, as I understood it, Gary, I know you got the same thing, but similar to what, I think it was South Dakota initiated. There's going to be
Because they'd been through the whole process and been approved, so
Right.
theoretically it would be less
Yeah.
likely to be
Yeah,
objected to.
in other words, a certain sales threshold for out-of-state sales companies.
Orders and net revenue, I think.
Yeah, orders, number of transactions in dollars of revenue thresholds, so that, if you have 5, 10, 50 transactions, you don't have to collect sales tax. But, so anyway, that's moving forward. Not sure of the details, again, when it goes into effect and everything. Bed tax is moving forward as presented, and apparently there's agreement on both sides in the governor's office, so that should be in this legislation and approved by, hopefully, again, the end of this week. We got investment committee meeting Thursday. That's all I got.
Well, that's unusual. I have things I can talk about.
All right.
The CCAO, to follow up on indigent defense, their goal was to concentrate on one ask rather than kind of a shotgun approach, which I think was appreciated by the governor's office. And I think because of that, we got more participation, for lack of a better word, at the governor level and the legislative level. And I think it turned out to be a win-win.
Oh, yeah. It's a
Again, we
huge
had-
win.
Yeah, big win. And legislative meeting of Friday, Andy wasn't able to attend, but Andy attends routinely. He
Yes.
wasn't able to attend this Friday. So I always appreciate the fact that Senator Brenner and Representative Carfagna take the time to come once a month. Now, we're not meeting in July, but they make a really concerted effort to come in and inform us what's going on at the state level, which is very beneficial.
And Bob Horrocks was there for his last one.
His last meeting, he'll be there through this Friday.
That's right.
And so his last hurrah, and he has served this county, I think, for 27, 28 years
Yeah, amazing.
in that role, and it's changed a lot over the years. I attended the PAL Festival Saturday afternoon and saw your lovely wife there, and I understand you and your wife and your dog were there Friday night.
That's right.
So,
Lucy was
She
there.
was a big hit.
Yes, she was.
The only other thing I have is tomorrow, at the direction of the governor's office, there's a faith-based meeting in Sunbury, basically talking about how nonprofits and charitable groups can,
It's Wednesday, isn't it?
is it Wednesday?
Wednesday.
I apologize. I hope it's not on my calendar the wrong day. I'll have to check when we get out of here. Thank you for the corrections. Sarah Maldon over there, appreciate that. And we'll be attending that, and I think it's 9 to 12. So that's all I have.
Okay, and I went to the Powell Festival too and saw Lucy.
That's right.
Lucy was quite a hit.
I did see your husband there. He was
Yes.
working the pen booth.
He was there, right, for both days too, yes.
Yeah.
And yes, the governor's faith-based organization and in cooperation with Sarah DeNovo, who has just done a great job in working on this event, in Delaware County, we'll be meeting. Right now, we've got, I know it's under 150 people, I'm sorry, over 150 people coming, and to Northgate Church right near I-71, who is hosting us, and so they're coming from different counties too, so it should be a
It's
good event.
not just Delaware County.
And I did
Right.
check my phone. I do have the wrong date, so I have to do some adjusting.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought, because
Yeah.
you had something
Yeah,
else
so I'll
on
have to,
Wednesday.
I've got to,
Yeah.
I got to work some magic now.
Okay, well, we'll be looking for you, hopefully.
If magic works.
Yeah, if the magic works, right, from 9 to 12 this Wednesday. So thank you, Sarah, very much for all your help on this. And that's all I have.
We do not have need for executive
No
session
need for
today.
executive session, okay. Therefore, we are adjourned.